What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Smash JT. In this episode, I'm going to be taking a look at GIGA WRECKER ALT, which is a game that just came out on the Nintendo Switch. However, it has been available for a while, like most games on Steam. It came out February 6, 2017, and recently came out to the Nintendo Switch in May of 2019. This is the first that I've heard about this game, and the company that made it, Game Freak, actually kindly provided a code for me to play it, test it out, and see what I thought about it. And I wanted to bring this to your attention because I actually really enjoyed this game. I typically wouldn't be making these videos if I don't find something redeeming about them, and I wanted to take this opportunity, take a shot at GameSpot for really just basically, they pissed all over this game. They said it was a 4 out of 10. They gave it a poor rating. And, you know, I really don't feel like the reviewer of this, Steve Watts, on May 3rd, 2019, really don't feel like he took what this game was offering and appreciated it as much as it should be. JT. Let me go ahead and load up the game on my Switch here. I've been playing it for about 25 minutes to get the hang of what's going on with it, so I have a better idea of how to describe the action as I'm playing the game. And let's just say it's fun. It's basically like a Metroidvania, but with more puzzle aspects to it, destructible environments, and it really makes you think more than a lot of games do these days. It's made by Game Freak, which many of you may know is the same company that makes the Pokemon series games, and they do side projects from time to time, and this is one of them. As you can tell from the image on the front here, you are a main protagonist. You're a girl who has an arm as a robot, basically a hybrid cyborg, if you will. And that arm that is robotic is able to destroy an environment and then pick up the blocks that you break and create other things with them to solve puzzles. One thing people will notice just by looking at this game is it has beautiful cutscenes and art, incredible story. I love the storyline so far. Basically, you are in this factory that robots have detained you in and you can't get out of it, but then someone breaks in trying to kill you. They're from the future. They're saying we need to kill you, but they get caught right before they're able to kill you, and then you get out of there and you're like, why were they trying to kill me? And that's the storyline. You're trying to figure out what's going on and how you escape this prison and why this person from the future is trying to kill you. Basically, maybe you're the bad guy and you need to find out why you're the bad guy. The camera can pan out and you can turn into a dot on the screen, which can be pretty troublesome and annoying for some people, but if you can get past that, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Oftentimes it zooms in just like it is right now and perfectly manageable. But you can see if you go back to bigger areas, the camera pans out just like this. But then when you go in and you need to see closer, it automatically zooms in for you. These white statue thingies are teleportation portals that you can use to bring yourself to different parts of the map. You need to activate them in order to be able to revisit these locations. There's destructible environments like this here. Sometimes you can destroy it and pick it up, but those don't have the special yellow glow to them, where if you break the blocks that are yellow, you can connect them to your hand and walk around and throw them at enemies. Okay, so here is the yellow blocks. They can just pick up with the R button and then use the L button to turn them into a block that you can actually jump on and stand on. Similar to kind of Solomon's Key type thing, where if you've ever played that original NES game, he can create blocks to get through puzzles. This white waterfall is rubberizing the debris, so when you let go of it, it bounces. And you can bounce on it. It's very imprecise though, so you need to get used to that. And that pink spot down there and the pink spot here, this is to reset the puzzle, because oftentimes there's only one way to get through a puzzle, and if you do it wrong, you need to reset it. So you come down to one of these and press up. So you can throw the big pile of rocks at him and knock him back a little bit. That's not hitting him. There we go. Every enemy has a unique way to destroy them, which can be frustrating if you get annoyed at trying to find different ways to destroy an enemy, but it's also the other way you can look at that as a different kind of puzzle. This here is one of the puzzles in the game. And like I said, the puzzles can be fairly imprecise as you're trying to go through them, which can be frustrating for people. There we go, just like that. Now, one of the problems the reviewer had from GameSpot is that the puzzles can be imprecise. Like, it will tell you to do something and then you do it and it still doesn't work. But more often than not, I have not had issues with that. I have seen it from time to time and it can be frustrating, but for the most part, the puzzles work as they should if you do it the right way. Okay, so now we're on a new screen here with a different puzzle. And this has a rotating blade up top, a bouncing enemy over there, and the enemy with the big spike over there. So let's check out what's on this side. Gotta find a way to get up there. Okay, so I just destroyed that enemy. Let me pick up his pieces. Put this down here. Will this bounce me up high enough? Okay. So bounce up to steal that. Drop this in here. Bounce. Whoop. This is the imprecision. Bounce up here. Will it work? Will I get up there? Let's try. There we go. Okay, finally made it. Okay, so we activated that platform thing. I believe there are 3 of those that I need to activate in order to open the door at the end of this. So now we drop this here. There we go. Got him. That was more challenging than it should have been, but got it done. Alright, so that, grab that, jump over this. So I gotta rubberize this. And then drop it in here and bounce up there with it, I'd imagine. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Whoop. There we go. Puzzle complete. And one thing about the game too is if you die, the storyline that plays out, every time you die and start over, you gotta stop at the cutscenes and you have to press the start, skip event. It doesn't remember that you've watched the cutscenes, which is another little annoyance of it, but you can always just skip the cutscenes if that becomes too troublesome. So activating this beacon, you can teleport between active beacons on the nano map. So that's another beacon just activated there. And now we're at another puzzle. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. I just want to give you guys a taste of what this involves. There are plenty of different variations in the game, different things you can do with the pieces that you pick up, turning into blocks, turning into rubberized materials, and how you're able to knock things over and get through the map itself. It's fun. It's not perfect. There's a lot of hiccups and issues with the game, and $24.99 is a high price to be paying for the experience, but that doesn't mean there's not fun to be found here. I have a blast playing through this, and if you enjoy Metroidvania styled games that are heavy on puzzles, this seems like it would be a perfect fit for you. Now, for people who may not be sure or don't like the graphic style, I still encourage you to give it a shot, especially if you see this go on sale. I'm thinking the price point for this would be 10 or 15 bucks, would be an absolute steal for it, and you'd definitely get your money's worth out of it at that point. So at the $25, only hardcore Metroidvania puzzle fans should jump at this. I want to say a special thank you to the developer Game Freak and publisher Rising Star Games for providing this copy for review purposes on Smash JT. I'm having a blast with this game, and like I said, encourage anybody who likes Metroidvania games to give it a shot. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.